Please be seated. We have a special treat today. It is our custom on Mother's Day and Graduation Sunday and Youth Sunday. We saw some younger people reading lessons and doing some of those things. It's a really wonderful delight to see much more of our young people as part of this community, be a part of what we do here on Sundays. So today we have an opportunity to hear from some of our graduating high school seniors. And we have 5 of them who are going to speak to us today. And there are a couple more who are not going to speak, but a little bit about those 3 are in the bulletin. And so, I also, as they speak, I would kind of remind you what the last 2 years have been like. And this group is going to get to graduate and walk across more in a normal sort of way than maybe the last 2 groups did. But they had their junior and senior years, kind of marked by pandemic. And so I invite you to sort of remember that as they go forward, and also invite you to keep them in your prayers and their parents as they go forth on new adventures. So the first one to speak is Lydia Fields.
Good morning. I'm a senior and I'm graduating from the Webb School of Knoxville, and my family's been attending Good Sam since I was 5, so I've been here for a while. I've always appreciated how Good Sam uses its position to be a positive force in the Knoxville community. This is an intellectual and kind community whose main priority is always to support those in need, regardless of circumstances, making it a perfect embodiment of the Good Samaritan parable. While some faiths are exclusionary, I've never felt like this church was. Last Sunday was the first service I had attended in a while because I've been working in the nursery so frequently, and Cal's sermon really resonated with me. After the service, I realized how much I appreciated the way our priests consistently provide thoughtful perspectives on the gospel readings. Over the past 13 years, I've really made some of my fondest memories as a kid participating in the nativity pageant, going caroling, and doing the Easter egg hunt. But recently, I've enjoyed working in the nursery. Additionally, going to lunch after church with my family is one of the few activities all 4 of us do together, and I've really enjoyed eating at all the different places we've gone to for lunch in the past couple of years. Next fall, I will be attending Bard College, which is affiliated with the Episcopal Church, and pursuing a career in history. So thank you, Cal, Elizabeth, Martha, and Sinead, and my family, especially my mother, because it's Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day.
Marie Tisdale.
I am Moses. I am 18. I am going to graduate from Mayfield High School. I am going to build in Nashville. I am going to work in the classes. I was at a gluten-free bakery. I am and that for God. Thank you for my youth group. Thank you for Cal. Thank you for my church, and thank you, Mom and Mom.
Brenna Smith.
I'd first like to thank the Church of the Good Samaritan, especially my youth group leader, Shanae. You presented and encouraged me to enrich myself in many unique opportunities, from Operation Backyard to my favorite, our mission trip to Chattanooga. The mission trip took place in the spring of 2020, where we received many generous donations, allowing us to help some amazing souls by doing laundry in the South Chattanooga area. I myself have many fond memories from this trip, including walking the Walnut Street Bridge. While walking, I met Anthony, a homeless man who resides in the South Chattanooga area. He and I began a conversation talking of how pretty the view was, and later what brought us here. I added by informing him of our mission and the location, and that he should join. Later that day, he did. And in that moment, along with many others, it clicked inside of me. Something so simple such as doing laundry, often taken for granted of by many of us, is a desired commodity by those in need. With the help of my amazing parents, I myself will be attending the University of Tennessee in the fall, where I plan to major in business and minor in finance and economics. It's my hope that one day I can own and operate a multitude of businesses, including laundromats, where I can host similar events to the one by Good Sam's. Thank you.
Daniel Blackston.
Hey guys, I'm Daniel. I'll be graduating from Hardin Valley Academy, and I remember really well actually the first time that I was here. Not exactly just the first time I saw Good Sam, but the first time I stood up here with something to say. It was 2018 in the wake of our mission trip to Washington, D.C., which was my first one, and I remember talking specifically about how that week in DC broke up my rhythm in the best way possible. And turns out that would kind of be a recurring theme in my life, because as soon as I got too comfortable anywhere, you know, some special Saturday morning comes in to stir the pot. And without that, I don't think that I would be the person that I am today. I remember climbing a billboard in Chattanooga and giving Shanae a heart attack. And then I honked at geese somewhere in DC, and then I honked at Father Cal. And I remember myself covered in paint during a service project in Charleston, South Carolina, which was 3 years ago. And I wore the paint shorts today to commemorate such an occasion. And I just owe so much of my life to this, you know, this church, and to so many people that this church would not be the same without. Like Shanae, thank you for being the beat behind all of the dancing that goes on here. None of my memories here would exist probably without you to orchestrate them, so thank you, thank you. Jason, he's not here, but I thank him for being the best person to stand awkwardly next to when I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing for like 5 years. And it's been such a trip. Thank you for every moment of that. And of course, today being Mother's Day, thank you to my mother, Court, because we all know that I would not have had the initiative to find any of these experiences on my own. So without you to keep me on track, the person I am today would not be standing here. And hopefully it doesn't end here. With college sooner than it's ever been, I will change as the world around me changes, and unless I intentionally keep things close to me, things can drift away. But I will be staying in Knoxville. I'll be going to the University of Tennessee, and hopefully the party can continue. So thank you everyone for everything that you've done and for everything that you've given me to make me who I am. So thank you, thank you.
And Maddie Bell.
Hey everybody. Man, I don't typically get nervous. Okay, I'm gonna start now. All right, I've been going to church here since I moved to Knoxville about 15 years ago. It seems like just yesterday I was stuffing my face with Dunkin' Donuts munchkins and climbing the tree like right outside Hensley Hall. Probably was, but and In fact, BC, which my mom calls it before COVID, the clergy would go and shake the children's hands as they processed out of the church service. Most people probably don't know that I unintentionally started that. There was a priest here who was very reserved, and my 5-year-old self would stick out my hand every Sunday, hoping he would shake my hand. One day, he finally did, and now here we are. I'm so thankful to have been a part of this church for so long. Living in the South and growing up with a family from California, I was very confused at times about what it means to love others and to be a Christian. There are people who claim to be Christians and yet hate people who are different than them. Christians who hate others because their skin color was different than theirs. Christians who hated people because of who they loved. Christians who would talk about the love of God, but then look at others and say they're going to hell because they didn't believe in Jesus. There were times I thought, if this is what being a Christian is like, then I don't want to be one. If Jesus and God taught love, then how could Christians be so hateful to others? This is where this community saved my faith. In this church, I learned that you should love others unconditionally, no matter what. This church is so accepting of all kinds of people, and where I learned what it means to be a part of a community. But more important, how to be a part of a group of people who are there for you no matter what. When my parents split up, a lot of you were there for me, and thank you so much for the ones who supported us in that difficult time and supported my decision to not see my father. You know who you are. That was a hard time in my life, and this church has been such a blessing for me and a safe space. In particular, I really want to thank Shanae for checking in on our family and encouraging us to attend youth events. When things were difficult, it was nice to get away and hang out with kids my age and talk about my faith. I want to thank a lot of people for making the church such a special place for me. Thank you, Miss Ann, for being such a great children's director. Some of the best times I had were during Vacation Bible School week. You take so much time planning every day, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Some of the best times I had, like I said, were during that Vacation Bible School, and I'll never forget it. I also want to thank Shanae again for planning all those mission trips. I know that probably wasn't easy, especially trying to keep a bunch of teenagers on schedule. So these trips are one of the main reasons that I want to go into politics. What I learned about serving others in the disadvantaged communities, they need a voice in government, and I hope to be that voice of social justice to help enact change. In fact, I also want to thank the church for bringing in certain organizations that I wouldn't have known about, specifically Operation Backyard. After meeting Jeremiah and being able to be a part of that project, I actually planned one with my school, and we were able to repaint a woman's house. And then after Rise Against Hunger coming, I decided that I wanted to bring that to my school, and so I wouldn't have even known about that if it weren't for you all. I'm not going to be going very far. I'm also going to UT, which I'm excited about. So I'll practically be right down the road. I'll be attending the University of Tennessee and double majoring in journalism and electronic media and political science in the Leadership Honors Program. I want to thank my family and all of you here today for just uplifting me and our family during the ups and downs of just life. It's been a hard couple of years, and I'm just so thankful for all of you. So thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day, guys.
You can see that this community, you all, have had a wonderful impact on all these young people. And so this morning, I just want to encourage all of you, as you're part of this community, if there's some young people and you don't know their name, ask them, find out their name, greet them when you see them on Sunday. All these young people need to know that this is home too, that they're welcome here, and that they are a part of things every bit as much as anyone else. Marie told us in her thing that she's a daughter of God. We are all daughters and sons of God, and I am just blessed by these young people and blessed by you all who make their experience here wonderful. So thank you all for that.